UFC Fight Night on ESPN, Maia vs. Askren, took place Saturday, October 26th at Singapore Indoor Stadium in Singapore. UFC returns to Singapore with a highly anticipated matchup and grappling fans' dream fight between the number 10th ranked welterweight contender Demian Maia and the number 11th ranked Ben Askren. Let's talk Maia vs. Askren. The 41-year-old Demian Maia is the number 10th ranked welterweight contender. He is 27-9, fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, and looking to reassert himself as a title contender and secure bragging rights against another decorated grappler. Maia is considered one of the best grapplers in the UFC, and over the years has transformed from a pure jiu-jitsu artist into a well-rounded mixed martial artist. Maia brings an ultra-technical ground game, but has worked hard on his wrestling and striking to give his opponents a better look that has served him well over the years. Ben "Funky" Askren, the number 11th ranked welterweight contender and former wrestling Olympian, holds a record of 20-1. Fighting out of Heartland, Wisconsin, looks to get back on track in the welterweight ranks against the division's most dangerous submission artist. Askren is a two-time NCAA champion for the University of Missouri, 2008 Olympian for the U.S. in freestyle wrestling, Bellator champion, and ONE FC champion. It's no secret that Askren relies heavily on getting his hands on his opponents and attacks with a smothering ground game. Askren has only lost once in his professional career with a devastating knee served up by Jorge Masvidal, but he looks to continue his winning ways tonight with a win over Maia. And here's how it went down. The fight was almost what we feared when we have two high-level ground specialists competing and staying on their feet. And through 3 rounds, they stood most of the time, but when they finally hit the mat, we had some excellent high-level transitions and scrambles we were hoping for from both competitors. Askren had a solid game plan trying to keep heavy pressure on Maia, wanting to wear him down, but the veteran Maia clearly had the striking advantage, making it difficult for Askren to close the distance. Askren did have some success landing his own shots on Maia with his very unorthodox attack. Askren did secure takedowns in each round, but Maia continued every round to use his world-class jiu-jitsu to reverse Askren. We did see a few slick high-level transitions back and forth, but in the 3rd round, Maia finally secured Askren's back before submitting him with an impressive rear naked choke to finish the fight. Demian Maia defeats Ben Askren by rear naked choke, round 3. All right, here's my final thoughts. Well, what can you say about the 41-year-old submission specialist? He isn't quite done yet, tonight securing his 3rd straight win. He is facing a hungry fighter in Askren and implemented his game plan very well and once again showed off his world-class ground game. Not a lot of pure jiu-jitsu fighters coming into the UFC can learn to have the success that Maia has had, but he has continued to grow over the years, becoming a well-rounded mixed martial artist. Okay, here's some quick stats on Maia. He's the 10th ranked welterweight contender. He's the former middleweight and welterweight title challenger. He has 22 wins, that's second most in UFC history next to Donald Cerrone, who has 23. 11 submission wins. He has 251 takedown attempts, most in UFC history, and 65 takedowns, 6th most in UFC history. 3 wins by KO, 14 by submission, 12 first-round finishes. He now holds wins over Jorge Masvidal, Carlos Condit, Chael Sonnen, and Ben Askren, to name a few. Okay, what's next for Maia? Unfortunately, the welterweight division is stacked, and the 41-year-old Maia is at the last part of his career and looking for a few more fights. After all the battles he has had, I would like to see the UFC line up a couple of fun fights for him, since he is not likely to make a title run this late in his career and go out on top. He deserves that much with all the wars he's been in, and I would like to see the UFC give him some fun matchups to finish it out. Maia is an underdog quite a bit, and I'm always excited to see him fight, to see if he uses his wizardry on the ground to finish his opponents. I think a lot of us hopes that Maia leaves the UFC with a few more wins and walks out on the sunset, but I'll always tune in to watch Maia compete. Just wanted to give a huge shout out to all of our loyal fans. We appreciate the support, and don't forget to smash that like button. This is Jay Catton with MMA Weekly's The Lowdown Breakdown. See you next time.